Race by race preview for Happy Valley on Wednesday night. We're racing on the B course. Paul Lally is alongside me to preview the 9-race card, and let's have a look at the first of the evening. Class 4, 1200 metres, Surcharge drops in grade. Wave Garden having his second run here in Class 4. Blinkers on, cheek pieces off. Free Pony, you've got Winning Now having his second start. Up with Charm, Manfred Mann trains him. Hood goes on. Absolute Lucky, Genius Baby now with Brett Crawford. Crossover Noseband on, Blinkers off. Further down, Crystal Powerful, Dash, Basic Instinct has done nothing from his 10 starts now. Snowthorn and Win Method down at the bottom. Speed here, Paul, Winning Now, you think can get forward here. Jerry Chow from Barrier 3?
Yeah, look, he led last start. He's only had the one start. He's never been to Happy Valley before, so that's just a little query, but he should be able to lead on the smaller track here. Snowthorn can go forward. Crystal Powerful can come forward. He's one of the few winners in this race. Absolute Lucky went forward at his second start, so they may elect to go forward here. Free Pony likewise. Thought Surcharge will get a good run downgraded. Upward Charm was a better run from him last time, and a Wave Garden from Barrier 9 I think will go back.
Yes, 11 of the field here have not won a race here in Hong Kong for this first, so it's a very tricky start to the Wednesday night card, and we can kickstart here with, of course, Crystal Powerful, who is the sole winner in the race. Basic Instinct, couldn't possibly entertain him, and Absolute Lucky.
Yeah, look, Crystal Powerful's the only one you could take out of this race. I agree totally with what you're saying there. He'll go in the numbers, but at least he's won a race, the only one that has. And it was off this rating, funny enough, as well. So, look, he's boxed away in this race, all right. Basic Instinct, is a couple of runs have been a little bit better, and Absolute Lucky's run last and second last in his 2 runs.
Yes, he did win back-to-back races last season, did Crystal Powerful. On to the next replay, and this is Free Pony. Better run from him last time out, but I'm not sure I'd exactly be getting carried away with it.
No, I left him out because of the draw. Barrier number 10, he drew, when he did win this, run fourth in this race, he drew 4. He had sort of had every chance from barrier number 4. Now he's got barrier number 10. He is second up, so he'll be a little bit fitter. But look, you can see him, it was a better, improved effort, but from barrier 10.
It's a done deal as well, over 1,200 metres, which turns me off a little bit as well. And Surcharge, I went with this horse a few runs ago. He's only had 6 here in Hong Kong. He made some minor inroads wider. However, his victories in Australia had been over 1,000 metres. Yeah,
so he's going to do it over 1,200 at Happy Valley, which he's capable of. I like the way he's sort of run on. I think he'll be a lot closer in the run than he was at this race. As a jockey change, a senior jockey now goes on for the downgrade when Hugh Bowman jumps aboard. So, look, there's a couple of changes going on with him, and I didn't mind that last run.
It's a tricky old race to kick the program off. I feel like the confidence levels are down.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to go with the downgrader. Race 1, number 1. We'll go with him, Surcharge, coming into this grade. Winning Now will be in the front, I think, and he's never been here to Happy Valley. Take him on trust a little bit, but, you know, it's that type of race. Crystal Powerful, now he's the only one that's won a race, and it has been off this rating. And Upward Charm did make it up a little bit of ground last time. Now Manfred Mann with the hood on for the first time. He's having his second start for the new stable from Barrier 4. But tricky way to start, as you say, 1-4-8-5.
And the first event of 9 at Happy Valley, which is the Class 4 over the 1,200 metres, is underway at 6:40. Race number 2 is a Class 5 event, and this is over 1,200 metres for the Tai Hang Handicap. In fact, it's over 1650, my apologies. Courier Magic there at the top of the order. Zach Purton and Manfred Mann, he has one off a rating of 41. Gail Saga covered ground last start. Sterling Wong Choi, you didn't really travel that well last start. A Polar Fighter on a 7-day turnaround after running a close second to Lucky Blessing. Beauty Missile is a 34-start maiden. Loaded with Fluke, Decree Lot was disappointing last start. Blinkers being reapplied, cheek pieces off. Blinkers are on, Viva Chaleur. Blinkers reapplied, Foremost Teddy, cheek pieces off. Smashing Express, Supreme Winner, Strongest Boy, blinkers off, visor on. There are some long-standing maidens here, Paul.
Yeah, at least there's a horse that have won races in this race. And look, Foremost said he's not one of those, but he'll get the £7 claim. I think he'll go forward. Sterling Wongchoy likes to go forward. Decree Lot's got blinkers on, back on. So Barrier 11, I think they'll press on with him. Beauty Missile's drawn wide as well. He'll need some cover. Loaded with Fluke is coming into this race, is having his second start. Happy Valleys with Jimmy Ting, Gale Saga. Back to Courier Magic gets back. What they do with Viva Chaleur, he's one of those long-standing matings. Blinkers on, outside barrier draw, may have to go back.
Yes, there certainly are a few long-standing maidens in this second event at Class 5, 1650, and we can have a look at a horse that is going exceptionally well at the moment for David Eustace. It is a polar fighter. Courier Magic, foremost Teddy, he's got 114 pounds on his back. I'm starting to wonder if he will ever win a race.
Yeah, he hasn't got that desire at the moment, has he? I think this is a good form race, though, for the other two, because I think they can quinella this race. Polar Fighter got that perfect split and ran away and won the race, and then backed it up with a good second at his next start behind sort of a leader who sort of stacked them up, Lucky Blessing. Courier Magic's, at least one thing about Courier Magic, he's won in Class 4 before. So he's now here on top of Class 5, but I think they can quinella the race.
Here is now a Polar Fighter from his effort last week when Lucky Blessing was able to lead up here. You got foremost Teddy behind a Polar Fighter at this point. Could it be the claim that could help a Polar Fighter this weekend? Just, I should say, foremost Teddy, just that little bit of weight relief for him.
Could possibly. I mean, he's looked like he could win a race long many times before this. I mean, he's had some senior riders aboard, haven't managed to get haven't managed to get him home. Maybe with the lightweight with the apprentice could help him a bit.
Okay, we'll see if it can be the week this week for him. On we go to the next of the replays, and we've got Strongest Boy, who is well rated, Smashing Express, a Polar Fighter again, and I think you could make a little case in this race for Supreme Winner. Not off this run, but his subsequent run. Yeah,
he wasn't too bad last time, was he? Look, I'm going to put Strongest Boy in. It's not the strongest race, this one, and he's 20 points below his last winning rating. He has won a race at least, and I'll just put him in on the minor line. He finished third in this race, came home strongly, so he'll need a bit of pace on, but he'll probably get it in this race, so he's an outside chance.
And Smashing Express had absolutely no luck last time out, was bottled away in behind runners. Selections for this?
Going to go, with that quinella, as I said. So a Polar Fighter to beat Courier Magic, 4 to beat 1. I'm going to put Gale Saga on, another well-rated horse. He's won a 45, so he's won in Class 4. He's rated here 40 and drops. He's the downgrader, and he's got James McDonald on from a good draw, and then Strongest Boy, 4, 1, 2, 12.
Paul, with a Polar Fighter going around here in race number 2, he's on a 7-day turnaround off a win and a last start second. He'll be looking to add to that tally once again. Here we go with race number 3, the Hing Fat Handicap, and this race here is over 1,200 metres for Class 5 once again. Telecom Power has one off a rating of 40, albeit in Class 4, so he's dropping in grade here. Club Ace has found himself in Class 5 here from Barrier 9 for John Size. You've got Run Timing, who certainly has been a little costly. Shotgun Legend Star has the blinkers being removed. Oriental Surprise consistent without winning. Cosmo Navigator's 1 off 39. Podium's run 1 off 27, and he stormed home last start. Euro Rocks, he had a lame left 4 back on the 8th of November and was withdrawn. Lucky Generations, Sonic Boom and Super Elite at the bottom. You're predicting not a great deal of pace in this race?
No, look, there's no real leader in the race, and the Club Ace has gone forward and he's downgraded, so they might just try and lead all the way with him. Cosmo Navigator's gone forward in the past, he's drawn wide. Sonic Boom, Run Timing will get every chance once again. Thought Oriental Surprise and Legend Star will get good runs. Euro Rocks is drawn wide and Podium gets back in his races.
Time to look at the replays for the third event on the card, and we start with the Oriental Surprise. As I said, he's been relatively consistent. He was sort of about midfield here. Obviously, Speedy Smart, he won this race, and he was only beaten a neck here, so I feel like he is building closer to a win. Whether it's this night or not, I don't know.
Yeah, I've got him in. I think you're right, and he's got barrier number 6. This is the best run we've seen from him, and he wasn't beaten too far. Speedy Smarty was a horse in really good form coming into that race as well.
Okay, next replay we highlight here for the third Class 5 of course is Run Timing, and Podium running on down the outside. This was Podium's last start back on the 22nd of October for David Eustace and Jerry Chow.
Yeah, look, he goes in, and I'm going to put Run Timing in, but look, he'll probably start favourite again. He's start favourite in 3 of his last 5 or 6 starts. He's always in single figures, and he always takes money with him. Look, he can run a placing, but I don't know if he's got the desire to win. When he did win his race, it was off 53, but he's down to 34 now.
Yeah, and of course he had that night at Happy Valley where he was so heavily supported, and then he was basically pulled up into the first turn, and then after that he changed trainer to Ricky Yu. I think he's got a win in him with Ricky, but are you prepared to follow him over the cliff or not? That's the thing. Yeah,
well, I'm not. I've got him in there for 4th. And here's another run from him where he runs 3rd. He's the widest runner coming into the track. So, look, he always runs on, and he gets punters every time. Look, he's going to start short once again here. Sonic Boom and didn't really do too much, but he's got a lot better draw this race. But this is what he can do, but he just doesn't seem to want to win.
And we've seen some crazy prices in Class 5 recently that have gone under, so hopefully that's not the case with him this time round. Legend Star now. This horse here has got a few less convictions than some in this field, Paul. He's had 10 starts. He's been unplaced in all of those 10 starts, but this was a better performance from him, and he's got the blinkers off.
This is the best run we've seen from him by far, and he's drawn 1. He's got James McDonald aboard as well. And look, I think he's more than capable of this horse. He seems to have really improved. He's by deep field. He's been here twice before. The best he's done is the 6th. But he seems to be, maybe the penny's starting to drop with him. And from an inside draw with James McDonald aboard, I'm happy to take on the likely favourite Run Timing with him.
Yeah, of course, Kaying Power won that race, and he was at a big price. So, Legend Star on top?
Yeah, we'll go with him. Hopefully, with James McDonald, you're not going to get a big price, but I think he'll be okay. Oriental Surprise, we saw that 2nd, Podium, that 3rd, and then Run Timing of those numerous placings. So 5, 6, 8, 3 in race number 3.
If you're a fan of the treble, the early treble at Happy Valley does get underway at 20 minutes to 8 o'clock. Race number 4, the Caroline Hill Handicap here for the 4th event of the program. 1650 Class 4-6 up underway here, and Samarkand at the top of the order. Was off a quick tempo last time out to Samarkand. You've got Colourful Knight, who's done nothing in 4 starts. Kolachi there for Douglas White and David Probert. You've got California Moxie, who was nearly put over the fence last start. Matsu Victor, no luck last start, has the blinkers removed, the visor going on. Ragabom's been a little better in his last couple. You've got Excel Wong Choi, Absolute Awakened. Happy Buddy's drawn barrier 4. Perfect pairing for John Size. Carry On Smiling. Off a rating of 41. Likewise for Metal King. Speed here. Well, he went quick last start, Samarkand, but he couldn't quite sustain it at the end.
No, he was just beaten in the shadows, wasn't he? But he's not going to get that pressure in this race. So he does like to set up good sectionals, but I don't think they'll be overly strong. Hopefully he can sort of rate him standard, and he can kick on for the turn. Colourful Knight could be a little bit closer with the Apprentice Claim. XL Wongchoi likes to get him behind. Kalachi's got a good draw. Now, Happy Buddies, he's up and tripped for the first time, so he might be slightly closer. Ragabomb, unfortunately, has drawn barrier 10. Matsu Victor's got a wide draw, and Metal King's got the outside draw. He'll go all the way back.
Righto, let's kick off here with an interview for race number 4, and it is David Hayes regarding Samarkand.
David Hayes, you've got the ever likeable Samarkand lining up in race 4, the Caroline Hill Handicap. Horse who's strung together a couple of good runs recently.
Yes, from wide gates, and he's got barrier 1 in this class. I think he'll be very competitive.
He's been leading in his last couple, so 1 seems ideal. Going forward, is he a better horse, do you think, when he does try and make the running?
Look, he's pretty consistent, whatever he does, but I'd say he'd probably box seat, and that's always the spot to be at Happy Valley.
He done a super job from wide last time to only just be nutted by Fantastic Fun, who's a horse in really good form. So I think the form's all there, isn't it?
Yeah, form's good, and he all but won. You know, it was a millimetre he got beaten, so he stayed in the class, and I think I'm pretty confident of a good run.
And with all due respect to your rivals, David, just having a look at the race on paper, there are one or two that I think in fairness probably do need to improve and step up, whereas your horse, he's tried, tested, 3 times course and distance winner. He's got all the right ingredients, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. Happy Valley's a real horses for courses track, and he's one of them.
That is David Hayes, of course, there with Samarkand, who went quick at the front end last time out. We move on to the next of them, and this here, of course, is Kalachi. He was running down the track, but you've also got Absolute Awakened here, Paul, and this was his best performance here in Hong Kong last start, but he's come up with barrier 11 compared to 1.
Yeah, so he's going to have to go back. He sort of went, he didn't really take full use of barrier number 1 anyway, because he was slightly slow away. My big note next to him is he's an improver. He seems to be improving, and he's starting to get better with his racing. So, look, I've got him in on a minor line.
Can you give Happy Buddies any sort of recommendation here, stepping up in trip this time around? He was only beaten 4 lengths behind an informed King Oberon last start, who, of course, has since won again. It
wasn't a bad run, I didn't think. He's stepping up to 1650 by Ribchester out of a Schnitzel mare. Should be okay over the 1650. You're always going to take these horses on trust. It'll be a big price. This was his first start on Happy Valley, and it was better than a Sha Tin run. So, look, I'm going to put him on a very minor line, just in a 4th placing to keep him safe.
Cody Moe and Derek Long combining there with him. You think the top he can win here?
Yeah, I think he can. He set up 2 quick sectionals last time he was taken on, and if he doesn't this time, then I think he can just get it from the front. California Moxie, he's on the improve, and he's got barrier 6. Had no luck last time. He was almost put over the fence. And then the improvers, Absolute Awaken and Happy Buddies, up and trip. Cody Moe's horses have been running well at the moment, and have been quite well backed. So keep an eye on the PMU with him in particular. 1489.
And that is the first leg of the 6-up for race number 4 at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. The 5th race on the card is the trophy event, and it is the Indian Recreation Club Challenge Cup over 1,000 metres Class 4, and quick money at the top for Dennis Ship, and James McDonald comes to Happy Valley for the first time. Mr. Tezero ran 3rd to Day victory last start, cut down in the final stages. Harmony Fire there with One Love. A few question marks over 1,000 metres, I feel, with One Love. Star Performer, you've got Loving Vibes there with the blinkers going on, a question mark 1,000 for him as well. Heroic Master, Bunter Baby, Call to Command has done nothing in 7 starts. Sergeant Pepper drawn wide for Richard Kingscote. 1,000 Cups also drawn wide. He led last start. And Winning Machine in Gate 8, blinkers on. Cheap Pieces dispensed with here. Paul, what sort of company does Mr. Tessera get up on the pace here?
Yeah, it's going to be full on, I think, with Bunter Baby with the claim drawn underneath him, and barrier number 3, who did lead last start. Mr. Tezera's drawn 7. He's going to have to come across, and 1,000 Cups, he might try and cross them all. He led last start and showing some good pace there, and he's got barrier 12. So I think it's going to be on the good to far side, this. Might set it up for something at the back here. Harmony and Fire can sit him behind there as well. Back to Call to Command, and I think One Love will go back.
How many of these horses coming out of the same replay? This, of course, is Mr. Tessera running 3rd last time out. I sort of think they'd be happy to let the speed go here in this race and just maybe sit behind.
Well, they could do, but barrier 7, if they do that, he might end up being 3 wide. So I think he's just going to have to try and push up and get outside the lead. I think the Bunter Baby's tactics will be leading from barrier 3 with the apprentice on. The tactics will be with Mr. Tezera will be to go forward as well. So 1,000 Cups likes to go forward. I like the runner Heroic Master there for 6th. I think he's going to get the race run to suit, and he's well rated.
He's not been one of mine, but he actually ran okay there as well. Star Performer there last start.
Yeah, better run from him. Yeah, it was. And he's drawn nicely, so he can sit in behind that pace. One
of the speed influences in this race is Bunter Baby, and here he is at Sha Tin last time out, running 3rd. Bunter Baby behind Old Town, beaten half a length here, and he has had a trial since.
Yeah, look, and Brittany Wong rode him in this race, so she does know the horse quite well. Barrier 3, he's going to be on the speed, but there's going to be pressure, I've got no doubt, especially from the likes of 1,000 Cups in particular, from 12. He's going to be desperate to get across from the 3 wide, and that's going to put all that pace into the race.
Okay, so it's the verdict there on Bunter Baby. I've always had a bit of time for Winning Machine, and he gets in here down at the bottom of the handicap. This off the all-weather last time out, running fourth, and also here you've got Loving Vibes. Not totally convinced 1,000 metres for Loving Vibes, to be honest.
Yeah, happy to watch him. Look, I see what you're saying with this horse, Winning Machine, coming here to Happy Valley off this run with blinkers on for the first time. Just a little bit tricky in 8 because he's another one that likes to go forward. But look, if the field opens up and he slots in, that'll give him a good opportunity.
Yep, of course, was beaten by Volcanus in that replay there. I thought it was a bit of a tricky race, this one, with all the pace in the race and just sort of trying to work out where the runners that are do liking and end up.
Yeah, well, that's why I've gone with a horse that's going to get back in Heroic Master, because we know where he's going to be. He's going to get the race run to suit, I think, and he's one of the world's best rated horses on the card. He's last one 68. He's down to this 49 rating now, so look, hopefully he's a bit of value, and I'll make him the value play. Mr. Desera, and then for second. Quick Money's been downgraded. He looked quite good as a Griffin, but look, obviously his rating was a bit high when he got into Open Company. He had a couple of starts in Class 3, now drops back into Class 4. And Harmony and Fire is quite a consistent horse, and he's won off a high rating of 59 before. He's now rated 55, and he should sit just in behind the pace. 7-2-1-3.
Paul keen to have a crack here at Heroic Master. It's been 777 days since he's tasted success. We'll see if that changes upcoming here in race number 5. Race number 6 is the first division of Class 4, 1200. Of course, we saw the earlier division as race number 1, and we've got at the top of the order here, Healthy. Blinkers off, visor going on. He last won off a rating of 65. Winning champion coming out of Class 4 restricted racing. Golden Brilliant for David Probert. Fortune Warrior, tongue tie reapplied. Winning Money, no luck last start. King Victor has gate 1. Exceed the Wish is having start number 12. Lake Hero is first up for, or Lake Shore Hero rather, is first up for 141 days. The cheek pieces are off. Von Bayer, Nebraskan, a 24 start maiden. Savvy Twinkle and Young Striker, unplaced from 5. Can he lead and can he hold on, Nebraskan?
Look, I think I can answer one of those questions. He can lead. Can he hang on? I'm not so sure. Lakeshore Hero comes into this race in a fresh state, and he's drawn barrier 2. He's drawn 11, but he's got speed. He can get across. Winning Money's another one drawn wide. Von Bayer can get himself into a good position. Exceed the Wish gets back in his races. Young Striker has been getting back as well, as has the 2 winning champion having his first start at Happy Valley.
Let's start with the toppy, and it is Healthy, who certainly ran a better race last time out for a second. This at the day meeting over 1,000 metres, and looking at him here over the 1,200 metres, he's a 3-time course and distance winner.
I quite like him in this race. Look, he was beaten by Day Victory in this, and he'd been a very consistent horse with a light weight, and just managed to run him down. He's got to carry the weight once again from a wide draw, so there's a couple of negatives there, but look, I think he's a classy horse, and he's over the right trip, and I think he can be tough to beat in this.
Okay, so that is Healthy there at the top of the order with the visor going on. We've got Nebraskan and Von Bayer in this. Von Bayer, barrier 6. He's been consistent without winning, but a 15-start maiden. Yeah,
look, he was unlucky in this race, and he's another one that's been running on and hasn't had much luck in his runnings. Nebraskan does this. He tries to lead all the way, and that's a little concern with him. But look, he could hold on for a long period. But I'm going to put both of them in, but just on minor lines.
Okay, Richard Kingscote is riding Nebraskan for John Size. Of course, Richard had a winner on the all-weather on Sunday, or Saturday rather, at Sharton. As we roll on to the next of them, and it is Exceed the Wish for Mark Newnham and Lyle Hewitson. He was at the back. I thought he rallied okay in the centre of the track, the son of Morris.
Yeah, look, I think he's a big chance in this. He just the way of his racing style, he needs luck in the run. He should get a little bit of pace in this with Nebraskan in the race. As you can see, he wasn't far away from the minor placings there, and just missed out on 3rd. He was in that photo for 3rd, in fact, so he'll go in as well.
Argento Ocean was the winner of that race. You've been a Nebraskan man in the past.
So have you, actually.
Are you going again?
No, well, on the minor line. but hedging the bets a little bit. But I'm going to go with the toppy here. Healthy. He's on top. He's a horse, I think, well regarded in this, and Visor on for the first time. Exceed the Wish from the back, then Von Bayer, and then Nebraska in the leader. In there on a minor line, 179.10.
Looks a relatively tricky and open race. Stars the 6th event on the program Wednesday night at Happy Valley. Race number 7, the Caroline Hill Handicap here. Once again, 1650 for Class 4. And we've got Top Time, who is a one-time winner from his 10 starts. Keegan DeMello from a wide draw. Wukong Jewellery is first up for the season. Sunday Serenade, Brittany Wong claiming 7 for Jamie Richards. Northern Beast, he had, I thought, every chance last to start. You've got Savvy Warrior there, who's trialled up at Chung Fa. Incredible moment, blinkers off, visor on. Smart City, James McDonald, barrier 1. Splendid Force, Lyle Hewitts and Douglas White coming to Happy Valley for the first time. Splendid Force. Glorious Journey off the All-Weather. Youth Power also off the All-Weather. Lucky King was better last start, and Soaring Bronco eligible for Class 5 off 40. Looks a stock standard map here.
It does actually. Look, Youth Power likes to go forward. Incredible Moment likes to lead over 1200. He might go on with an Incredible Moment, but Youth Power, he's can be a hard horse to get past in the early stages. Smart City should get his opportunity from a low draw. Northern Beast, Soaring Bronco's never far away. Lucky King, then Splendid Force midfield with the Sunday Serenade gets back. I think Top Time will have to go back, but I think there'll be enough pace in this race with Incredible Moment in it.
Keegan DeMello, he's on the show now, and he's here to touch on his charge, the toppy in the race. That is Top Time.
Keegan DeMello, Top Time, a ride for you coming up in race 7 on Wednesday night. A horse that you know really well, and the drop back to Class 4 certainly looks a good fit, doesn't it?
Yeah, looks a good fit. Obviously, he's got to carry a plump of weight, but he seems to be holding his form quite well.
He just hasn't quite had the rub of the green this season, has he really? I mean, if he'd done with an ounce more luck, we might have seen him in the winners' enclosure already, but he's been running well.
Yeah, his first run up was really good. He was probably unlucky not to win that one. He was held up for most part of the straight, but he probably seems to run better when he's held up a little bit. When you get him into clear daylight a little bit earlier, he doesn't seem to go through these races. So over the 1650, I've probably got to be a little bit more patient and hope the gaps open at the right time and get a bit lucky.
It sounds to me as if he is that type of horse, Keegan, that you know, if you do get sort of stopped for a run or two, it's probably not the worst thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like when he was a bit unlucky, it looked really unlucky, and he probably should have won that day. And then his last start, he probably had fresh air whole way up the straight, and he didn't quite go through with it. So probably looked to ride him in a similar manner.
And you know he goes handily enough around here. He's a course and distance winner to boot.
Yeah, exactly. He goes well around the valley. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, the big weight's going to be an issue with going the 1650, but he's probably good enough to carry that sort of weight.
Yeah, hopefully he can get the job. I must ask Keegan, while I've got you, of course, news that you are going to head back to South Africa, of course. That decision, I guess, obviously there are a number of factors, but you must be looking forward, you and the family, you and Demi and the kids, to head back home.
Yeah, look, one of the main reasons was probably family, getting them back into school back home, and yeah, sad to leave, but also great opportunities back home. There's some nice prize money up for grabs and some big group ones straight away back into the season. So looking forward to that.
And on your time here, I think 33 winners and counting at this stage. You've ridden a group winner in co-partner Prance as well. I imagine he's probably the highlight for you, is he?
Yeah, look, hopefully he can end it off with a bang this weekend and run a good race as well. But highlight of the weekend, not many people taste group success in Hong Kong, and just grateful that I was able to do that and achieve that sort of goal.
And we absolutely wish Keegan the best of luck. He's got 4 more meetings remaining. His final meeting is the 30th of November. We move on from a Top Time to Sunday's Serenade. He's got the £7 claim here. Paulie ran well enough, I thought, last time out. He just was flushed a bit wide on the turn here. Yeah,
he was. Look, he gets back in his races. So, look, I think he's a decent chance once again. He looked good last season when winning, and he did win off a 52 rating. He's rated 56 at the moment, but it gets that £7 claim. So I think he's more than capable, and I like the way he fought to the line here. He was no match for the winner, but a good run for second there.
Okay, one more replay to highlight here for this race, and it is Northern Beast, and here he is, obviously Samarkand leading, Glorious Journey. I didn't think there were really too many excuses for him last time out, Paul. Fourth behind Celtic Times.
Yes, Celtic Times winning the race, and he's Northern Beast should get a good run. He's got barrier number 6. He's got Zach Purden aboard. Look, I didn't quite get him in the numbers, but look, he's quite a consistent horse around Happy Valley.
Yeah, and they ran a 27-1 for that first split, so it was fairly quick in that race that he was in last time out. Selections for this, please.
Going to go with the toppy here. What we heard from Keegan DeMilo there. I think he can get a win on top time. He was really unlucky not to win earlier in the season behind Sugarball when he was blocked all the way down the straight. And then he's backed it up with a couple of good runs since, and he's back in Class 4 now. So the downgrade's going to help him. Sunday Serenade with the claim. Credible Moment. We'll take a chance with him up in grade, up in distance, I should say. He does like to go forward. Now, looking at his breeding, he should be okay over the longer trip of 1650. And then Smart City, he's had some pretty tough runs recently, but from an inside draw, I think he'll get his opportunity. 1-3-6-7.
Paul, a big fan of Top Time in race number 7 on the program, which is the first leg of the final treble. We've got a couple of good quality Class 3 races to finish the program, and this is the first of them over 1,200 metres, the Cotton Handicap, and Chiha, who ran a super race first up, lining up here with Zach Purden going on board. Sovereign Fun for Michael Chang, Lyle Hewitson, Bundle of Charm, one of the better rated horses on the card. He last went off 92. You got Silo, who's first up from a lame left for Loyal Bright, as La Raza, when he won with Lindsay Hatch's trainer 3 times at Toowoomba in Queensland, Australia. Further down, you've got Giant Leap there with Refuse to Be English, Captain Link, Romantic Sun. Captain Link, of course, a first starter, formerly with Greg Urell. Alfonso Blinkers on, Goko Win, and My Day, My Way for Danny Shum and Matthew Poon. Pace here, Paul, with a couple of newcomers, but Giant Leap can go forward. Alfonso Blinkers first time.
Yes, I think they'll be positive with him, and he's been running over 1,000 down the straight. Giant Leap, now, he's got Alice Wong aboard, so he has the claim. He's drawn 9. I think he'll just try and go on with it and get to the front. Loyal Bright could even kick up and hold the lead. He has been leading in his trials and going forward. Romantic Sun from an inside draw will get his chance. Bundle of Charm. Captain Link is a debutant. Chiha will go back, went back on his debut. My Day, My Way from the wide draw go back, and the other one, Silo, he likes to go back in his races as well.
It's time to hear from Frankie Law. He's got the first starter lining up here in race number 8. That is Loyal Bright.
Frankie Law, you're going to introduce what looks to be a really nice newcomer to Hong Kong in Loyal Bright. He did little wrong in Australia, winning 3 from 3, and his trials have looked really good in Hong Kong.
Yeah, he tried good. You can see he got some gate speed. I can say he had his front runner. So in Hong Kong, I think more suitable for this horse, yeah.
Went back and had a look at his recent trial there, Frankie. I mean, I, for one, was quite impressed with the way he's done it. I mean, he's travelled strongly, he's extended under a hold. It's the ideal trial, really, isn't it?
Yeah. As you say, he win 3 times in Australia. I think do the same thing. In Hong Kong, I think it's good. This time, the first time, go to Happy Valley. He got a good draw. But anyway, we don't know first time in Happy Valley, too many people over there or light meeting, we don't know. But anyway, the horse is quiet, yeah.
Well, actually, it leads me on quite nicely. I mean, what type of horse is he, Frankie? I mean, obviously going to Happy Valley, it's quite a unique setting for a horse. Is he an easy horse to deal with?
In the morning, he's a really quiet horse. I think he can handle the track, and we get a good draw, so easier, yeah.
What's been Derek's take on this horse? I mean, he's been on board for the trials, he's on board for the race. Has he got quite a high opinion of him as well?
Yes, he tried good, and I think when he know the draw is draw 2, I think he more happier.
And these owners have been quite lucky. They've had some nice enough horses down through the years, so this could be another nice horse for them.
I think so. This owner, she have 2 horses in my stable. Both win the race, and then I think this one also, yeah.
There he is, Frankie Law, of course, with his charge in the race. Loyal Bright making his debut, the three-time Toowoomba winner in Australia. We move on from him to have a look at three horses here. Bundle of Charm, Sovereign Thunder, Romantic Sun. He's got the good draw this week, Paul. Bundle of Charm had a scruffy run last start.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Sovereign Fund, he looks like he's going to get that scruffy run this time. He's drawn at barrier number 11. I'm going to give this horse a chance, Romantic Sun. He's a horse who's drawn a lot better. He drew 10 wide here, and you can see him. The gap didn't really appear for him either. So from barrier 1, I think he'll get a better opportunity.
Okay, we'll see what those runners can do, particularly the inside gate there. Chiha, a lot to like about this performance, Paul. 22.44 as final was split, made up of 10.87 and 11.57, which was a clear best of the night.
Yeah, really good run from him. Unfortunately for him, he's drawn wide once again with the big weight, but in saying that, look, he's obviously a horse that's going to be winning races here in Hong Kong. It was a great debut, and he should run well once again. So he'll strip fitter for that run as well. So, look, he's definitely a chance.
Okay, that is Chiha, and now we move to My Day, My Way, who, of course, is a last start winner going back to last season. He's had a few trials leading into his season resumption here.
Yeah, look, he was placed fresh up in the past, so he is capable. He's drawn barrier number 12. He's coming up into this grade for the first time. He's a one-time winner, and that's his last start. He did lead up to that win with 3 seconds, so it wasn't like it was a fluke by any stretch of the imagination. He's going to have a good light racing weight, but it's just he's found quite a tough race afoot, fresh up in Class 3.
Yep, a pretty tough event, this one to resume in. Who are you going with here?
Going to go with a well-rated horse in Romantic Sun. A lot better draw, barrier number 1. I think he'll get his opportunity. Loyal Bright, the first starters look good, 3 from 3. Chiha, likewise, just the draw will put me off a little bit. And look, Giant Leap will be at a big price. If he does get to the front, which I think he can, then he can be there for a long period, and he'll be at pretty good odds as well. 9-5-1-6.
Paul with Romantic Sun from the inside draw for race number 8. And here we go with race number 9 to finish the Wednesday night card at Happy Valley. The Causeway Bay Handicap Class 3, 16.50, with ICANN a shock winner at 50 to 1 last time out. South Star goes up £6, but we'll have to do that with gate number 12 this week. Highland Rahi likes to go forward. Definitive wanted to be a little bit closer last time out, but only jumped fairly. Flying Fortress, Storming Dragon is number 6, drawn barrier 3 for Jamie Richards. Start Contact, blinkers off, cheek pieces reapplied. Another Zonda. Got Outgate, who last won off 85. He's rated 65 for this. Solid win to Happy Valley for the first time. Fantastic Fun back up in grade, shooting for 3 in a row. Super Unicorn, a last start winner, also back up in grade. Highland Rahi here, Paul, to lead.
Yeah, look, he's a confirmed leader, Highland Rahi, so I think he'll go forward and lead this race. Definitive can go forward. Star Contact's pretty close up. Outgate likes to go forward, but he's drawn wide. South Star, another one who's with an outside draw. Another Zonda can get his opportunity. Flying Fortress, likewise. ICANN will be in a similar position to when he won last start. Storming Dragon gets back. Super Unicorn from barrier 10 may have to go all the way back.
Here is Nick once again, this time again talking to Frankie Law about South Star in race number 9.
Frankie Law, in the final race on Wednesday night, you've got South Star. He's only had one run at the Valley. It was a winning one, and he looked good last time.
Yes, last time got draw 1. This time draw 12. So a little bit difficult for him, I think. Yeah, also got a big weight.
Always hard, as you say, from gate number 12. You have kept him up to the mark with a trial. In fact, he trialled in the same trial as Loyal Bright, didn't he, this horse?
Yes. This one, I always want him to more relaxing earlier. And now he looks improved. So if he can more relax, he can more easily to control the jockeys. And but anyway, to see draw 12, we need to midfield or go a little bit forward. We don't know at this moment, yeah.
Both his runs this season, Frankie, have been really good. I mean, he's still quite lightly raced. He's only had 9 starts for 3 wins, so he's got a really good profile. Did you think at the start of this season that this was perhaps a horse that, you know, would be up and running early and might just, you know, string together a few wins this campaign?
Yeah, you can see last season she won really good. So I think coming this season, he should be improved. So I think he can go up to Class 2 and maybe he can also win in Class 2, yeah.
And that is South Star with, of course, Zach Purton jumping from barrier 12 in the final event. We move on to the next of them. We've got Highland Rahi here. I Can, of course, has since won. Outgate's racing reasonably well. He's actually quite a well-rated horse these days.
Yeah, he is. He hasn't won for a little while, but and as such, he's a well-rated horse. But he's drawn wide with pace underneath him. I think Highland Rahi is just going to be out of trouble. And he just got run down here by Rhoda New Page, who's been a horse of revelation here at Happy Valley. Actually, and I Can wasn't too far away there either.
No, certainly wasn't. As we move on to now look at Super Unicorn, last start winner, but it's a bit of a different setup again for him this week.
Yeah, low draw here, got the perfect run. He's drawn the outside. Now he goes up 6 rating points. Has run second off this rating in the past, but he doesn't win out of turn. I mean, he got whacked 12 rating points when he won by 5 3/4 lengths earlier in his career, and it's taken him a while to win another race, and this was his the next win. Can he put two together? He hasn't in the past.
Super Unicorn there, of course, went up a long way when he won by well over 5 lengths here in Hong Kong. We've got fantastic fun to bring you now, and he's shooting for his 3rd victory in a row here.
Yeah, look, I thought he might have had his win, that first one, but then he's come out and won again. So, look, he's a horse by Justify that's continuing to race really well. He's 2 from 2 at Happy Valley, and he seems to really enjoy his time here. So, look, you wouldn't say no about him. This is going to be a lot harder for him. I didn't quite get him in, but again, he's running well, and Samarkand's obviously going to be favourite in an earlier race.
Yep, so racing well is fantastic fun. Selections for the last, please.
I think Highland Rahi's going to be in front, out of trouble, and be tough to run down. So he's on top. South Star was really good last start, coming here to the Valley, but barrier 12 makes it a little bit tricky. Another Zonda will be a big price, but should get a good run just in behind the pace. And Storming Dragon's always finishing off strongly in his races. 3, 2, 8, 6.
That's it. Those are the selections for the last on the card at Happy Valley. The first is underway at 6:40. If you're coming out of the track, make sure you bring your winter woolies. It's going to be on the cool side.